Good evening. Let me ask you this. What happens when a woman decides to move on? When a woman picks herself up, dusts herself off, and takes her first steps toward a better future, something incredible happens. She becomes a force of nature. Not because she's seeking validation, not because she wants applause, but because she knows who she is. She knows what she deserves, and she refuses to settle for anything less. Initopa imamobaya. A woman who moves on exemplifies a profound understanding of her intrinsic value, a value that is not defined by the opinions of others, but by her own unwavering sense of self. It reflects her realization that she is deserving of respect, kindness, and care, not because she has to prove anything, but because her worth is inherent. This understanding is not something that can be easily shaken or diminished. It is built over time through her experiences, her challenges, and her triumphs. Her confidence is not loud or boastful. It is a quiet yet unyielding presence that shines through her choices, actions, and the way she carries herself in the world. She does not seek validation from others to affirm who she is. Instead, she draws strength from within, understanding that her value is not tied to any relationship, circumstance, or external factor. This deep-rooted self-belief is what gives her the courage to move forward, even when the path ahead feels uncertain or daunting. By choosing to move on, she sends a powerful message not just to others but to herself, that she refuses to settle for anything that does not align with her happiness, well-being, or aspirations. It's not about pride or defiance. It's about protecting her peace, honoring her needs, and prioritizing her future over the comfort of familiarity. She knows that her worth is not diminished by leaving behind what no longer serves her. It is amplified by it. Ethan, this kind of confidence is magnetic and commands admiration. It challenges those around her to view her through a lens of respect and appreciation because she embodies the courage to prioritize herself. Her actions inspire others, showing that self-worth is not about perfection, but about embracing who you are and refusing to accept less than you deserve. Her decision to move on becomes a declaration of her strength, resilience, and unwavering belief in her own value. A belief that cannot be compromised. When a woman moves on, she showcases a depth of resilience that speaks to her ability to rise above challenges and embrace the unknown. Resilience is not the absence of pain or struggle. It is the capacity to endure, adapt, and grow despite them. It is the quiet strength that allows her to confront heartbreak, disappointment, or betrayal and still choose to rebuild herself. This kind of resilience is not born overnight. It is forged through experiences that test her limits, teaching her to stand tall even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. These contrasting perspectives shed light on Chris's life as well as her work. Her strength is not just physical or situational, it is emotional, mental, and spiritual. It takes immense courage to walk away from what is comfortable or familiar, even when it no longer serves her. It requires the inner fortitude to face uncertainty with an open heart and a steady mind, knowing that moving forward is an act of self-preservation and self-love. Her strength lies in her ability to acknowledge her pain, process it, and then let it propel her toward growth rather than letting it define her. This resilience is not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be unaffected. Instead, it is about embracing vulnerability and using it as a tool for transformation. She understands that true strength does not come from avoiding hardship, but from learning how to navigate through it with grace and determination. Each step she takes toward healing is a testament to her unwavering resolve and her belief in the possibility of something better ahead. Her ability to move on is a powerful reflection of her inner strength. It demonstrates her capacity to rebuild her life on her terms, refusing to let setbacks dictate her future. This strength is inspiring. It shows others that it is possible to rise, to heal, and to thrive even after moments of deep pain. Her resilience becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that strength is not just about enduring, but about choosing to grow and embrace new beginnings despite the scars left behind. When a woman chooses to move on, she embodies a profound sense of independence, showing the world that she is fully capable of steering the course of her own life. Independence is not simply about living without reliance on others. It is about embracing the freedom to make decisions that align with her values, priorities, and well-being. It is about recognizing that her happiness is her responsibility and refusing to allow anyone or anything to dictate her path. This kind of independence is not born out of rebellion or defiance, but is cultivated through self-awareness and the courage to prioritize herself in a world that often demands compromise. Her decision to move on reflects a deep understanding of her own power, the power to let go of what no longer serves her and to create space for what does. It is a bold statement of empowerment, as it takes incredible strength to walk away from relationships, situations, or environments that may have once felt essential but no longer align with her growth or happiness. And it takes a bold statement to walk away from the restrictions and circumstances holding you back. She turns to leadership to confront the challenges in her life and make sense of the lessons come. This empowerment is not about rejecting connection or support from others. It is about knowing that she is the architect of her own destiny and that her fulfillment does not depend on anyone else's approval or participation. Empowerment is also about choice, and moving on is one of the most powerful choices a woman can make. It shows that she is not afraid to take risks, to embrace the unknown, and to forge a new path, even when it feels uncertain. By moving on, she demonstrates a belief in her own capabilities, trusting that she can navigate life's challenges and opportunities with grace and strength. When confronted with problems, the definition of empowerment is to explore options and move on in life's challenges with grace and strength. This belief is a testament to her resilience and determination, as it requires her to step into her power fully, even when faced with doubt or fear. The independence and empowerment she displays inspire others to see her in a new light, not as someone who is walking away, but as someone who is walking towards something greater. Her actions show that empowerment is not about being invulnerable. It is about being willing to take control of her life and make choices that honor her worth. Children Dragon has been named one of Times Magazine's 50 Under 50 fastest growing companies in 50 Under 50. The company has been named one of Times Magazine's fastest growing companies in 50 countries. The company is, in doing so, she redefines what it means to be independent and empowered, setting an example for others to follow and proving that true strength comes from within. When a woman moves on, she demonstrates a remarkable level of emotional maturity, showing that she understands the complexities of her emotions and has the capacity to navigate them with grace and wisdom. Emotional maturity is not about suppressing feelings or pretending that pain does not exist. It is about acknowledging those feelings, processing them, and making thoughtful decisions that prioritize her well-being and personal growth. It reflects her ability to separate temporary emotions from long-term goals, allowing her to focus on what truly matters rather than being consumed by the weight of the past. Cooperating with other men is easier than hating them. Harper pauses, gauges how far this conversation has gone. The drop troopers have completed the task, caught new segregated groups, and moved to the next highway. Her choice to move forward reveals her understanding that life is not static and that holding on to something that no longer serves her will only hinder her growth. It takes emotional intelligence to recognize when it is time to let go, and even greater strength to act on that recognition. She does not cling to the illusion of control or dwell on what might have been. Instead, she accepts reality for what it is and chooses to build a future that aligns with her values and aspirations. This maturity is evident in the way she handles herself during the process of moving on. She does not seek revenge or harbor resentment because she knows that such actions would only tether her to the pain she is working to leave behind. Instead, she approaches her healing journey with compassion for herself and even for those who may have hurt her. This capacity for forgiveness, not as an act of excusing, but as a way to release herself from the grip of bitterness, speaks volumes about her emotional strength. Moreover, her ability to move on without allowing the experience to define her or diminish her sense of self-worth reflects her emotional resilience. She does not view moving on as a failure or a loss, but as an opportunity for growth and transformation. She recognizes that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning, and she chooses to embrace that potential with an open heart and a clear mind. Emotional maturity also means understanding that her happiness and fulfillment are her responsibility. She does not rely on external circumstances or individuals to provide her with a sense of validation or purpose. Instead, she cultivates those qualities within herself, building a life that is rich with meaning and aligned with her inner truth. This self-awareness and intentionality command respect, as they show a depth of character that inspires admiration and trust. In moving on, she sets an example of what it means to be emotionally mature, showing others that strength is not about denying feelings, but about facing them with courage and allowing them to guide her toward greater wisdom and self-discovery. When a woman moves on, she becomes a living testament to the power of personal growth, inspiring those around her to believe in their own potential for transformation. Her decision to move forward, to embrace new beginnings, and to chart a course toward a future that is brighter and more aligned with her values is nothing short of inspiring. It serves as a powerful reminder that change is possible, that healing can be achieved, and that every experience, no matter how painful, holds the potential for growth. Her ability to move on becomes a beacon of hope for those who may find themselves trapped in similar situations, showing them that they too can rise, evolve, and thrive. Her definition confines what success means, and the process includes the transformation of challenges into opportunities. Growth is not a linear process. It is messy, unpredictable, and often uncomfortable. Yet the woman who chooses to move on does so with the understanding that growth is a journey, not a destination. She embraces the discomfort, knowing that it is through facing challenges and embracing vulnerability that she can truly evolve. She is not afraid to confront her fears or to let go of the past because she understands that by doing so, she is creating space for something greater to enter her life. In this way, her growth becomes a reflection of her courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to herself. This journey of growth is also deeply empowering. Moving on is not about running away from the past, but about choosing to learn from it. The woman who moves on is not defined by what she has been through, but by how she chooses to use those experiences to shape her future. Every setback becomes a lesson, every heartache a stepping stone, and every mistake a stepping stone toward wisdom. It is this attitude of learning and growing that makes her not only an inspiration to others, but also a role model for those who are seeking their own path toward personal growth. Her journey of growth is a reminder that change begins from within. She does not wait for the world around her to shift before she takes action. She takes responsibility for her own transformation and pursues it with determination. She understands that in order to embrace a new chapter, she must first heal the wounds of the old, release what no longer serves her, and make room for the new opportunities that await. This level of self-awareness and commitment to personal development is inspiring because it shows others that they too have the power to create the life they desire, regardless of the challenges they face. Sincerity is not a numbers so much as it is a feeling, a real desire to live a life of brilliant values rather than an arbitrary understanding. Moreover, the woman who moves on does not merely survive, she thrives. Her growth is evident not just in the choices she makes, but in the way she lives her life, fulfilled with purpose, passion, and a renewed sense of self. She inspires others to take charge of their own lives, to believe in their own strength, and to trust in their ability to transform their circumstances. She is a humble teacher and a firm believer in the limitless potential of humanity. In this way, her journey becomes a source of endless inspiration, reminding everyone that growth is not only possible, but also a necessary part of the human experience. And when a man sees a woman who has chosen herself over the past, who has chosen growth over stagnation, who has chosen to thrive instead of just survive, he can't help but respect her. She becomes a reminder that strength isn't about holding on, it's about knowing when to let go. And that is where true respect begins. Thank you.